I'm Samantha, and this is going to be an all levels yoga flow in the Bowspring alignment. And if you are feeling tight in your hips, this is going to be great to open up the hips. Since this is all levels, I recommend if you're new to yoga that you use a chair or even a wall when we do a one-legged balancing positions. And I'll remind you of those times. If you like this video, leave a comment about how you feel after you've done the practice. We'll get started in lining ourselves up in the Bowspring alignment. So we'll come to the paw of our foot, which is the front part of our foot. And I'm just bouncing around a little bit, make sure I'm not blocked out. There's a little hollow behind the knees. So a hollow is a bendy space. We're not locked out. We've got hollows everywhere in the body. Now bring attention to your rib cage. As you breathe in, think about lifting and expanding your rib cage in all directions. We call this radiant heart. Now bring your hands to soft fists or seed hands and squeeze your palms to get a tone up your whole arm. We'll try to maintain a tone in the whole body at the same time in all the poses. All right, let's close our eyes. And take a couple breaths in. You breathe in, expanding radiant heart, the head floats. Breathe out and maintain that fullness in the ribs. And you feel steady, grounded. Your toes are down. You can use the tone in your arms to help lift your ribs even higher. Think about a positive aspect of your day. And now turn into yourself your feeling and commit to feeling and moving and being mindful of the body in these short minutes that we have together. Blink open your eyes and let's stand in the center of your mat and we'll sit and then step wide. Keep the ankles flexed. As we do in the Bowspring, ankles flexed, sit and step wide. This is a good time if you have a chair, get your chair. If I had a chair, it would be right here and I'd be holding on to it. Bend the knees, be light in the heels, and then come down. Touch down, dome hands to the floor. Keep your radiant heart lifted. Dome slides to spring hands. And then walk yourself back to an all fours position. Press the tops of the feet into the floor, ankles lifted, hero foot. Squeeze your base palms and turn your elbows wide to get firm arms, and then expand, push radiant heart towards the ceiling, and lengthen your belly. Tailbone lifts, knees resist. Keep your head in the game, couple pulses. It's a balance between give and take, pressure, and softening. Shift the weight a little bit to the right and then lift your left leg out to a square leg. So you've still got a hollow in the front of your left groin and you're making a muscle with the back of your leg, ankle flexed. Keep your heart lifted high. Cross your left knee to the outside of your right leg and push your right hip to the right. Keep radiant heart lifted. Couple pulses here as we parallel park the hips to the right. Deep opening in the butt area. For real. Couple more pulses. And then lift. And place it back down. Top of the foot and then the knee. Other side. Right leg, square leg. Use your breath to guide you. This is a challenging practice, and we're purposely triggering areas. Touch the right knee to the outside of the left. Keep your hollows of your ankles. Push the hips to the left. So for me, this side's a little bit tighter. It's harder to do. Find your breath. Since we're purposely triggering areas, you might feel uneasy. This is a good time to check your central channel. So the channel that starts at the crown of the head passes through the body and exits out the pelvic floor. See that you're not gripping anywhere along that way. Soften. And then come back, all fours. Simplify, all fours. Touch the left paw forward, humble cat. Tilt the right ear, the right shoulder, dome the left hand. The left ribs rise, and find a pulse here. Exhale, you root. Inhale, you rise. The ribs rainbow up to their highest. Find a pulse. Keep engagement in the right palm. Right elbow is not locked. And you can take a hand to ecstasy here and open up the side ribs even more. Okay, ready for a little balance challenge? Take the left hand back to a dome, and you can use your chair to hold on to. Take the left leg to an open leg. Make your knee be lower than your ankle. Belly's long, heart is high. Couple pulses here. Maybe you can balance, bring left hand to left knee. Resist them into each other. Tilt the ear, rise the ribs. Nice. If you're using a chair, you've got your left hand on a chair here. And then we're going to cross the left foot in front of the right knee. If you're using a chair, you can walk your hands up the chair, or if you're not, you can float your heart. Ready cat. This is deeply opening the hips as well. We'll pulse. That feels good. Use your breath. One more pulse. Maintain the alignment. Low back in. Heart full. Replace the hands. And the top of the foot and the knee. Right side, ready cat. Step the paw about 6 inches forward. Keep the knee and the toes angled forward. Tilt the right ear, the right shoulder, dome the left hand, and then find your pulse. Maintain engagement in the feet and the legs, both of them. Take an ecstasy right. And balance time. Right leg goes to open leg. Connect right hand to right knee. Resist them into each other. And then cross right foot in front of the left knee. And float your heart. Ready cat. High knees. Use the tone in the arm to help you lift the heart. It gets so light. And then mindfully come back to your place. Step wide. Step wide. Tailbone lifts. Lift from the back heart and the head. Step together, step together. Take a pause here. Your heart rate's up. Slow your breath. Slow your exhale. This next leg kata combines 5 poses in a row, standing on one leg only. So if you're new to this, I recommend taking a seed hand to the wall or even grabbing onto something as you do. We'll start in earth pose. Float the arms to the horizon. Dig, drag, and lift the left. Keep the ankle flexed and give it a bicycle pedal. A sticky bicycle pedal. The more your butt can go back, the easier it is to balance. Lift the heart. One more bicycle pedal here. Take the right hand to ecstasy. Keep the left hand reaching forward, and then start to hinge at the hips. Keep the back leg in a square leg. It's making a muscle with the back hamstring. Lean over, maintain the alignment. Propeller pose. Hips level. Keep the alignment. Lift from your heart, come back to stand. Holy moly. Bring both arms to horizon. Here's the funky step. Get low. Keep your ankles flexed. We're going to touch down left paw in front of us. Ankle stays flexed. Toes touch first. And then both heels rise. Bring your hands to a crown. Thumbs to the crown of the head. And pulse. Exhale, you root. Inhale, rise, push into the hands. Couple pulses. Exhale, come back to your right foot. Bring the arms to a V vector, up and forward. Dig, drag, lift the left, and then we're going to take it around the world. A zigzag step. Twisting behind you, touch down left paw, perpendicular and behind the right heel. Bring your hands to your knees. Narrow your knees together and widen your butt. Pulse here. Woo! That right foot stayed in the same spot. The left heel is lifted. Woo! That's a hip opener. Float the arms. And we're going to travel back around the world. Cross ankle squat. Left ankle over right knee. Sit down in a chair. Bring your hands to your calf. Stick your butt out, make your belly long. And then mindfully step back, earth pose. Find your breath. Test your bow with a little pulse. It's a burner, it's meant to be. You'll be okay. All right, I'm gonna move over a little bit here so you can see my foot action when I go into the zigzag. Yeah, that should do it. All right, dig, drag, lift. The right, arms at the horizon. Sticky bicycle pedal. It turns on the back of the leg. That helps. Left hand ecstasy. Right arm reaches forward, hinge at the hips. So this is the Bowspring equivalent to a warrior 3. We're active, even in a lifted leg. And you can pulse it to check. All right, now lift back up with your heart. Release the hands. And step forward. Keep the toes down, ankles bent. It's that awkward step, good. Thumbs to the head. Pulsey pulse. Hovering heels here. Push into your thumbs, maximum length, while maintaining the hollows. One more pulse. And exhale, come back to your heel. V vector your arms. We're going to take it around the world. Prepare for the zigzag step. Lift the right. Start to spin. So we're rotating the femur and the hip socket is what we're doing. Step the right paw perpendicular to the left heel. Bring the hands to the knees. Knees narrow, sit bones wide. You can even pull your sit bones away from each other to assist with the opening. And then we'll lift the arms V-vector, lift the right, bring it to that cross ankle squat. Sit down. Toes point down. Inhale, and then exhale. Step to earth. Find your breath. Sit to step wide. Sit, step wide. Keep your heart floating. Touch down. Fingernails. Dome hand slide to spring. Walk back to the cat. The crouching cat. Knees bent. Heels are not too high. They're actually closer to the floor. Toes down. Push your heart up. Heart moves up and forward. Hips are up and back. It's a tug of war between the two. Look forward like you can jump and pounce forward. Get a good standing on your paws. And then swivel, toes and knees to the left. Heart stays where it is. Tilt the right ear to the right shoulder, left hand domes. Twisted cat. Couple pulses here. Take the left ankle to the right knee. It's just like that cross ankle squat. And then swivel yourself back to a three-legged cat. Lower down both knees to the floor. Now that move there is pretty energy requiring. So if you need to, come to hands and knees first. And then take the leg to a figure four. So what you don't see here is that both of my ankles look like my back foot. So even the one in front of me. Push your resistance from your left ankle to your right knee. It helps open up this hip. Keep your heart buoyant and find a little pulse. So what you experience in the pulse here is your fascia opening, and look for areas where you can open a little more. Maybe shift to the left and right. This is a super intense pose. Looks can be deceiving. And optionally, you can take it down to Sphinx arms here. If you lose the tilt in the pelvis, then bring it back up to your hands. But if you can still maintain the inward curve of the low back, go for it. It's pretty rich. And then we'll float the heart, walk the hands back to regular position. Tuck the back toes under and lift back up to crouching cat. Now you can take a pause here on all fours, or you can simplify in crouching. So see if you can require the least amount of energy, but still maintain uniform engagement. Find your breath. If you're on all fours, lift back up to crouching cat. Get your paws grounded, heels lower, knees bent. Keep all 10 toes down and swivel toes and knees to the right. That was a twist in the waist. And then tilt the right ear towards the right shoulder, the left hand domes. Twisted cat. Find a pulse. Couple pulses. Good. Bring the right palm back to the floor. Cross right ankle over left knee. Swivel back to three-legged cat. And then lower both knees. Untuck the back toes. Both feet have a beautiful hero, strength and grit. Resist knee into ankle, ankle into knee. Lift your heart. Squeeze the base palms. You got it. Shift left and right. One way's easier to go for sure. And your choice to take it lower. I use stick hands. I got my hollows under my wrist as well, seed hands. And I'm dig dragging with my elbows, making my waist so long. Beautiful. Float the heart, back to hands. Tuck the toes, and just swivel the toes to the left, put the hip on the floor. So we're on one hip. Place your left palm on the floor in front of you. Seed your right hand, aim it towards the upper left-hand corner. Tilt your head towards that hand and slide and glide to your side. Roll the back of the head to the earth. Roll your ribs to the earth. Roll your hips to the earth and then your feet. Hands reach towards the sky. And then shift hips. Shift heart. Shift head. It's a supine shift back to our space. Interlace the hands behind the right thigh. Arms are straight and it's a tug of war. Your femur's going that way. Your arms are pulling it back. Yeah, and your leg might be like this. Try to open up the leg, but the intention is not to lock it. Thigh root. It's a good time to look at your foot here. Try to pull the pinky toe side of the foot more towards your face. Yeah, see me shaking? I'm working, guys. I hope you're working too. All right. Cross the right ankle over the left knee. We're in that figure four shape once more. Bring your hands to a V vector. So reach your seed hands towards the ceiling. They're making a V shape, not a U, a V. Feel your back ribs on the floor. Press the back of the head to the floor to open your throat. And then lift your left foot off the floor. Keep the ankles flexed. And then do that sticky bicycle pedal. Yeah, the hips are heavy. The head is heavy. The belly's bowed and long. Good. And then we'll take the knees to the left, the seed hands to the right. For a little twist action, and then take it the other way. Maintaining that uniform tone, not gripping anywhere, but not collapsing. And if you need to, you can take your left heel to the floor while you're doing the twist. Give it a dig drag, a little bit easier. Good. And then bring it back, toes down. Interlace the hands behind the left thigh, thigh root. Yeah, work it on your breath. Engagement. Flex ankle. Soft toes. Good. Cross the left ankle over the right knee. V vector your arms. Reach, reach, reach. Round your back heart. Press your head back, open throat, and lift the right leg off the floor. Find that sticky bicycle pedal. Hamstring engagement going on. Yeah, work it. Slow and steady is the name of the game here. Slow and steady for the game. And then we'll take some stillness and we'll do the twist here. You do the twist with your heel on the floor or hovering like I am. One more left and right. Good. Uncross the legs. Take your hands to your buttock splash. Separate the cheeks. Yeah, and pull the butt up. Extend the legs long. One at a time. Give yourself a hug. You did good. Pull your shoulder blades out from your back. Get more ribs on the floor. And then press the back of your head back to open your throat. Take your arms to the side. Now with the palms to the floor, elbows wide. Assimilation pose. Feel your toe prints. Feel the ball of your foot. Feel your instep all the way around. Your heel. And your ankle. Both of them. Notice where your calves are touching the floor. What does the back of your knee feel like? What does the top of your knee feel like? Feel the skin around your thighs. Now feel deeper in your thighs. Imagine your pelvis, a large, irregular shaped bone. Imagine all it houses is soft. And sense the flesh that surrounds it. Feel your low belly. Your belly button. The boundaries all the way around your waistline. And then the sensations inside. Sense your rib cage. It moves gently with each breath. Move up to your heart space. Imagine a warmth radiating to your physical boundaries. Feel your fingertips. Can you feel your fingerprints? Feel the pulse in your fingers. Follow that pulse to your palms. Follow it up your forearm. Notice the pressure in which your elbows make contact. Imagine a tube inside your upper arms. And sense the muscle and skin around it. Follow the angle of your shoulders as it creeps up to your second waistline, your neck. Soften it. Notice where your skull presses into the floor. Relax your jaw, separate your teeth, and let your tongue be soft. Imagine a hollowness above your palate, behind your nose. And increase the dimension of that space. With the eyes still closed, look at the place between your eyes, about 2 inches higher, your third eye focus point. Without strain, what color do you see? Sense the skin on the top of your head to your very apex. And travel above that spot 4 inches above your head. Rest in that spot, separate from